Hey, welcome back, Jeff. Glad that you could make it to have an interview tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Indiana's best fantasy football league, former champion and trophy holder Jeff Hendricks with us. How you been?
Not too bad, man.
Good.
Tired as shit. Hanging in there, waiting for fucking football season.
I hear that. We're almost there. How's off season treating you?
Better than it is some of these wide receivers in the league, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's a good thing we haven't had our draft yet, huh?
Yeah. Gotta be like a redraft.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, you know how this goes, you know the drill, so that's kind of why we brought you on. We're just going to kind of ask you a couple questions and just get this thing rolling here. So, all right. Well, number one, what is your fantasy football resume look like? How long have you been doing it? You know, how many leagues have you been in? Have you won any championships? You know.
Well, this is the only league I've played in, and this will be my third year. In the last 2 years, I don't think anybody's had more wins than me, so that's a pretty decent resume. First year, won the championship, set a league record for season wins at 13. Set a season or league record for longest win streak at, I believe, 9. And I believe I still hold the league record for most points scored in a week at 185 and some change.
That's a pretty good resume.
Not too bad. Last year I made the playoffs as well, but I think I got in at 4th place and got beat in the first round there. So I got eked out by Dwayne, and had it not happened that way, well, last week everybody's points were crap, and I would have had that trophy back here again. But
yeah, you've been doing your research, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now,
yeah.
That longest win streak, didn't I get close to breaking that or tying that last year?
You came close, yeah, but I have to look at it, but I don't think you got it.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. That's a tough one.
I think all the real prestigious records in the league are mine.
Hey, you've had a good run, man. We've been blessed to have you. You're very competitive and definitely a team manager that some of the other people in our league can learn some things from, definitely. So, glad to have you back.
All my secrets, so
yeah, no,
they got their own homework.
I hear that. Definitely, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next question. What's your team doing in the off season to prepare you for week 1?
Well, I've been trying to keep up with my Yahoo sports news feed, and then I've been watching some of the Inside the NFL and some of the training camp stuff that's on inside on the NFL Network. Trying to keep track of who's moved to different teams. Coaching changes, different philosophies that are going to be in place at different NFL teams. Paying attention to who's hurt and how that's going to affect things, because it's going to make a big difference. Like I said earlier, doing better than some of the wide receivers. I mean, Kelvin Benjamin, fucking out for the season at practice. Not even a preseason game, but practice.
Yeah.
So, people got to be paying attention, because if somebody drafts that idiot, then they're a freaking moron.
Well, hey, as long as we just keep on doing this interview, you could just tell everybody the news and notes, and they won't have to pay any attention to anything else.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them all the information.
Yeah.
They need to pay attention themselves,
Right.
So, when I'm not at work, I'm trying to keep up with some of that stuff, too. So.
Yeah, that's definitely everything you named there. I mean, I'm doing the same thing, and before I really got into fantasy football, people say, "Oh, the NFL off season's here," and it's like, who really gives a shit about the off season? But the off-season is very telling, and especially with training camp and practices. People are getting hurt, and these people, look at our draft last year. We were drafting people that were hurt or out for the year, and if you just paid a little bit of attention, if you just did a little due diligence, boom, you could have.
Dennis, is that Dennis Pitta? Is that who you're referring to? Is that
well, hey, I had one, but Dwayne, I believe Dwayne had two. He picked up two injured guys. Luckily, mine was a tight end, and he wasn't really that great of a tight end either, so I wasn't hurting very much. Well, I think my pride was hurting more so than my team after that one. But the off season is, the preseason very telling in if you just pay attention, read your news and notes. There's a lot of things.
Especially if you're watching rookies, you got to be paying attention to that because nobody knows what the rookies are going to do. I mean, you can have an idea of what they might be able to do, but you got to keep your ear low to the ground to see what you think, if they're going to have any real impact or play time or what have you.
Right. Depth chart, if they're moving up the depth chart.
They're really intriguing this year.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4. Being a former champion of this league, what can you tell some of the viewers if they ask, how did you win? What did you do? What goes into winning it all? What's the recipe for taking home the trophy at the end of the season?
Well, you gotta be patient. You gotta believe in your team. I mean, that year I started off, with 2 losses before I pulled out the 9-win streak, and then only lost one more game the rest of the year. But you gotta pay attention. You gotta make sure your bye weeks are covered. You don't want to take you don't want to just have too many players on a bye and figure that you'll get by with just having that 1 week where you're going to take a beating. Because if you have a couple crap weeks mixed in, well, you might not even be in the playoffs. So you got to pay attention to who's hurt. I mean, you don't want to have an injured player on your active roster. Somebody's going to be traded to a team that sucks. You don't want to really keep them. You keep your eyes open on the waiver wire, and somebody, if you notice somebody's been doing good in the box scores, they're trending up, and things, or for instance, the person ahead of them takes an injury, and they're going to all of a sudden have a lot more playing time. You got to keep your eye on that kind of thing too, because you could pick up somebody that could make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, just paying attention is half of it, really. I mean, it's one thing to go in and just set up and say, okay, well, I've got this guy on the bench. He's playing this week. This guy's on a bye. I'll take him out, put him in. Then, if you're not paying attention to who that guy you're putting in is playing against, he could be playing against the best defense in the league. Next thing you know, you just got yourself 0 points because he got stopped. So, yeah, paying attention is half, if not more of it.
Real world matchups they have a significant impact on your players' points.
Definitely. All right. Okay. Well, what about this league? What goes into this league? What do you take away from this league that when the season comes to a close and it's in the middle of the off season, are you going, man, I just can't wait till fantasy starts? What about this league do you miss the most?
Well, I like planning. I like to employ the tactics and doing the research and being able to talk smack about it. I like to try and figure out. Find a player that nobody's paying attention to, or something like that. I like to be just the whole alertness and having to really kind of stay on your toes and watch the news and pay attention. I don't know. It's kind of just being aware. The whole competitive nature of being aware and being ready to stomp your next opponent into the dirt. That when that's gone, there's this fucking emptiness, man. It's like I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like a seasonal depression, really.
Right.
It's like, fuck, man. to be in the middle of winter right on top of all that shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, what the hell? I can't even go to the fucking beach, man. Fucking no fancy football, no bikinis, no sunshine. What the hell?
You know Jessica's going to see this.
But yeah, so yeah, it gets rough.
You're about to have some seasonal depression here soon.
Yeah, it's like, man, you go from, being competitive and being prepared every week to nothing to do with it, and it's like, fuck, I guess I'm gonna play Xbox,
Yeah.
It's like fucking snowy outside.
I hear that, it's like you said, it's like chess match, and especially when you're at the top, like I've been lucky to be, like you've been lucky to be, more times than not. It's you go through and you're looking at the waiver wire and you're listening to ESPN and stuff like that, and you think you're gaining ground and you've got this little hint and you want to see how it plays out when you grab that guy from the waiver wire and throw him into your lineup. And I totally understand that, and you're always looking for the edge to like you said, stomp your opponent into the ground. And lucky for us, like I said, we do more times than not, so I definitely understand you there. All right, well, Jeff, I appreciate.
Hey, before we go, I want to show Ryan what he's going to be taking home this year.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There you go. It's going to look good on your mandolin there, Ryan.
The Crybaby of the Year award. I know you love getting.
Really mine, by the way. That was supposed to be Danny's, so just in case everybody's curious as to why I'm holding it. Yeah, I got fucked on that deal.
Well, let's be honest. You were the first runner-up.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So, you kind of earned it, but you weren't you're the honorary winner in his absence. But, yeah, I think you're definitely right there with who's going to be taking it home this season. It's going to be hard to... when you held it up, I could almost see like Ryan's ghostly hands grabbing it and pulling it away. So, well, it's been great having you on, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on and knocking this first one out for everybody, and I can't wait to get with you guys this weekend and start this.
That'd be nice.
Start this draft and what's that?
I said it's gonna be cool to see everybody on Sunday. Yeah, because there's some. Well, I haven't met Ryan. I haven't met the other guy, Josh. So
Brian.
Yeah, I have. There's people I haven't met this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I've never met Neil.
In the league before that, I hadn't even met until I started working with him.
Yeah.
He's not in the league anymore. So.
Yeah, I've never met Neil. I've never met Brian. Unfortunately, I have to see Ryan every now and again. But, so yeah, that's what the meeting's all about. And like I said, I can't wait to get that taken care of and get everybody locked in.
Did we promise to bring some tacos so that Joe would show up or what?
Well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows with him? I can't even get a peep out of him. So, all right. Well, we're gonna close it out with that, and like I said, can't wait for the draft. Keep doing your homework, and we'll see you when the season begins, bud.
Michael Vick going number 1 overall, baby.
I'm taking Jordy Nelson. I got Nelson. See you, bud.
See you later.